Identifications, collective warrants, important things.
Mm-hmm. What about the rest of you?
Should probably ask us about ourselves, what our weaknesses are.
Weaknesses,
Oh,
huh?
and the classic question, why should we hire you?
Ah, yes. I was trying to make you bigger, but it saved the wrong token. I apologize. Any other guesses?
Help with draconic research into curing her problem. Any strange magitech artifacts that we find will probably be sent back here.
The first action she's going to ask you, are you comfortable?
Larry, thank you for the accommodations.
I am very comfortable. Thank you.
Now, I don't know if you know
good.
whether or not, Sugar, but I can tell when a person is lying.
I gotta be extremely honest. The accommodations here look very good, but they are a little tall for me.
I think the only response that Kuzan would give is just a grunt and a nod.
So here comes the societal niceties and whatnot. Who can say it either politely or directly, as you yourselves have just said? So go ahead, attempt a deception, a diplomacy, or a society check. Let's get the crit fails out of the way.
Okay.
Okay. Alright, diplomacy. Blind.
Pretty die. You want the blind?
Nope, they can be public. It's level 1. It's either going to be DC 14 to DC 17. So we already know what level 1 is going to be.
Okay. I don't want to die. I'm gonna reroll out with my hero point. Because why not?
Okay. Do you think she's going to kill you if you're not comfortable?
Maybe.
Maybe? Okay.
You never know.
Hey,
To be fair, my
Larry,
character-
you just suck.
My character is comfortable. Perfect fit.
As Axiom does his nanites surge around him. Oops, I made that private.
That's okay. There you go.
Yeah, that 9 is appropriate for Kuzan.
Mm-hmm.
Why is the chat so tiny?
Tiny chat. Press
It's-
Control++. That will make things bigger for you.
No, it looks like this. I'm gonna take a screenshot.
No sweat. Session 0.5, we work out the bugs and whatnot, so it's better that we start small in that regard. Where is the screenshot?
General. His baby chat.
No, that's regular size.
That tiny little box?
Yeah, for me, that's regular size. That's usually how I do my games. Do you want it bigger?
Oh. I have it covering the entire side for mine. because I have to like use that tiny little scroll box to see what everyone rolled.
Ah. I'll work on something to make it bigger for next time. There might be a mod or something. All I know how to do is pop it out. Sorry about that.
Oh, sorry. You're meaning it's because it's stuck to the top.
It's so tiny. I don't know. I don't understand why it's so small.
I think what he means is he's used to it being the full column.
Right-click on the chat bubble, the chat messages. That should pop it out.
Yeah, I know that. I just don't know why it's so small on the side there. It's okay. We'll keep going.
No sweat.
I'll figure it out later.
For my client, it seems to be normal size.
Yeah, it's working fine for me.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So Haria and Axiom are able to discern what she's actually asking. She has a frightful presence, and the air conditioning is not the air conditioning. It's also her aura. Most of you have become fixated on the chairs and whatnot, thinking that she means that actual creature comforts. She's asking if you're comfortable with what she has currently on, and that is the fearful presence and the cold aura. And it is still freezing in here. The glass of water has frozen over.
Oh.
Oh, that failure is definitely appropriate for Kuzan then, because he's probably sitting there actively trying not to shiver while he's sitting there.
Is Kuzan slowly going to fall asleep? Is he cold-blooded?
Unclear. He is making full eye contact with this woman though, like almost like the situation is a personal challenge.
I like that. You're like, I can handle it. I'm tough. I got this.
That's funny.
It's important that we understand how to communicate with one another. I have to know that I can know that you're honest, and I have to know that you're clear and concise. Now tell me again, are y'all comfortable?
Yes, very.
No, I am not.
Oh, well, what can I do for you to make you more comfortable, hun?
Could you turn down the coldness, maybe a little bit of the scary part?
Mm-hmm. And she'll turn both auras off.
We're absolutely not wishing to impose upon you, but since you asked, those were the main things. But also, if you in the future think of normal medium-sized creatures, also, I struggled climbing up the chairs.
It's good to admit our shortcomings and limitations, hun. After all, I could be sending you to your deaths on Waydana 4. New Harmony is an untouched world. We don't know what's going to be there, whether or not medium-sized, large size, huge size, gargantuan size, any old kind of size, is going to be particularly adaptive. Better to test you now. And that's going to bring us to our next card. Problem solving. You see, research often involves setbacks and failures. Why don't you describe a time you faced a significant challenge in your career and how you overcame it? I'll accept an appropriate lore check. Drift lore?
He's going to recount dealing with piloting in the drift. It's going to sound like an acid trip, but, that's the drift.
Okay. So, what was the setback exactly while you're piloting in the drift? What's the challenge?
I would imagine between the weird different atmosphere bubbles that can pop into the drift and technical issues, therefore having to, on the fly, patch things up, make it work correctly, avoid what needs to be avoided.
Okay,
To
so
make sure he gets from A to B.
it sounds like you're talking about adaptability.
Yup.
Who next?
So, the thing is, the administrative AI kind of cut off the little feelers on my passport photo, and it was one hell of a thing of getting my ancestry changed from greenish elf to actually Shuntan. It was like half a year of going to different places and trying to actually correlate that I'm really me. It was a little bit of a nightmare, but I'm not a greenish elf anymore officially.
So you dealt with identity theft, but with yourself? Or with the administration?
Basically, yes.
Okay.
Maybe it was my fault. I have no idea how to deal with those AI thingies. It's horrible. I'm not good with computers.
Starfinder, not good with computers. I love that. Okay.
I think I'm one of the only people. I'm the only person trained in computers, so this will be great.
Hey. Slate is trained in percussive maintenance.
There you go.
Yeah, see, Slate and Kuzan are on the same page.
Yes. Put you guys down here.
I'm gonna attempt a survival check.
Mhm.
That's not a lore check.
It's not a lore check. Oh, it has to be a lore check. Well, I have no lore skills.
Ah, this is what she was trying to test.
Shouldn't you have one from your background?
You should have one from your background.
Ah, the level 1 player challenge. Did I create the character?
Oh,
Yep.
I did not.
You do have a lore skill.
I did not add a lore skill.
Yep.
Shit.
That's what she was testing.
Lore skill related to your former career. Okay. Oh, well, that actually, yeah, that works out.
I recommend Battlefield lore.
That is better than what I was going to put, so we're going to go with that.
Okay. Were you going to put sports lore? I'll accept sports lore.
I was actually going to put sports lore.
You can be
but
sports
this works
lore.
too. Okay.
I wonder if each of the cards has to do something with creating your character correctly.
No way.
Battlefield.
Battlefield with an 8.
That is the most futuristic thing I have ever seen, sir. Bravo.
Actually keep it. Don't
Yes.
change it.
Don't.
Don't change it. Leave the 8 in there.
Wow. What? Wait. What happened? Oh,
Exactly.
Typo.
Perfect. It's okay. Don't change it.
That's great.
I have a new keyboard. That's my excuse, and I'm sticking to it.
No, this was intentional because it's a future term. So, what about the battlefield or a battle was a significant challenge for Curzon or Urzon?
I think he would. I think he would describe a Brutaris match specifically. It's probably the most recent and relevant thing he could think of, and it's something that's usually on his mind anyway for reasons.
Okay. So, tactical or something else?
I think Kuzan's stories are kind of more centered around like overcoming adversity, but he seems really bitter about it for reasons. And that kind of inability to regulate his emotions probably affects his storytelling, hence the 12.
Okay. Okay. Two left.
Axiom will speak up. As you know, my transition at your company has been interesting. When you purchased me, it was very strange coming into this world. I had to learn everything all over again. But I climbed the corporate ladder and made something of myself. I've even created Draken here, and it has been a difficult journey, but the last 16 years has led me to your doorstep now.
Y'all enjoying your civil rights there?
I will, sure, why not?
You're gonna... Okay. I can understand how difficult it was for you, Sugar, what with androids not having the civil rights and all. But things are getting better. So, is your adversity something to do with the corporations themselves, or is it with your identity?
It's a little bit of both. Axiom as an artificial soul was created, not born. So he had to learn how to interact in the world while already being fully cognizant. That was an interesting experience, and having to adapt in a corporate environment because he was purchased by the lab was strange. Is he an indentured servant? Is he his own person? I don't know.
I consider all my employees indentured servants, Sugar.
Thank you.
Everyone's equal under me.
If anything, that's still a step up from DRG.
Ah, yes. Is it hippie lore? No, it's metaphysics of the mind lore. I've never heard of that.
Oh,
That'll come up a lot.
Yeah, it really will, huh? It's from the Dream Prophet background. I
Oh.
can choose a lore related to your choice of metaphysical topics. And he's gonna go rambling about how, you know, back when I was a wee little lad, only 7 feet tall, my mind, it was in disarray. It was bringing me to vice after vice after vice. It wasn't until I met my mentor, my spiritual mentor. He came to me in a dream. And then we started working to unclutter my mind space. I spent many years trapped inside my mind, deciphering the ins and outs. And finally, I am who I am today. Chill guy.
I also consider myself quite chill, Sugar. So, Is yours also identity? Or is it more boundaries? That is the significant challenge.
More. I think identity.
Okay. So that's 3 identities. I'm gonna put you
Do we need a
guys.
psychologist for this for this trip?
Mhm.
Should we get some other person?
I'm just gonna divide the group like that for a moment. So we can understand, like who's really dealing on what level with themselves as opposed to external things. Now, I hope you all don't mind, but I've prepared a little battle simulation for you. She's going to challenge you to a test of your prowess in combat to show your ability to defend a colony from the unknown as well as resourcefulness. You may choose to refuse this with a diplomacy check.
Will she give us time to prep at all? Or is it just...
Now, honey, how many times out there in the wilderness and the wild when you're taken by surprise do you actually have time to prepare?
Never.
If you stay ready, you don't have to get ready.
I understand that very well. But I ask this because my powers are about bonds. I am powerful with the people I have made bonds with. And I have not made bonds with any of you. So I am not very powerful. That is why I ask. The moment my bond stays, it is until we choose to dispel it. It is a one-time prep.
Do they also have to take the drugs?
I don't want the
No.
drugs.
No, I started with that, but not everyone is about my ways, so I found a different way.
Okay.
It's just an ayahuasca shaman.
So does anyone not consent to the battle test?
No, I do.
Okay, I'm going to take you to the data center. As you see these very unsavory fellows within the battle simulation.
Yep.
You guys know who the corpse fleet is, right?
Of course.
Absolutely.
It looks like they're trying to extract some data from Zinadel Labs.
Okay. Initiative is happening.
I wonder if this is another character creator test.
I don't know
The
if
music
my
cut out.
Oh, yes.
thing-
By changing it to battle music.
You can have relaxing music for the battle. I don't mind.
No.
Does anyone wish to reorient themselves?
Like positions on the map.
Mm-hmm.
How close can we get?
I will say in just a moment after I manipulate the Scarcesian again. Because I set everything up in advance.
Yeah, you're gonna have to change the prototype token and it'll just save it all.
That's okay. I'm gonna make you 17. It was close. I always do it to the token that's on there. So I will allow you to arrange yourselves anywhere within this rectangle to begin.
Here.
Yep.
Which rectangle? This way or?
The purple.
Oh, that rectangle.
the
I'm
purple
sorry. Someone else was pinging. Okay, got it.
This
Okay.
way. Ah. Ugh.
The dragon is big. I am sorry.
The hippie is also big. And Curzon need to roll.
I thought I did. Did I roll a perception check by mistake?
You did. I will change it to 18. There you go.
Roll,
Okay, thank
Dex,
you.
roll. So how's your symbiote doing?
Oh, because Dax?
Yeah, Curzon.
Ah, yes. I think I
Wait,
added
what?
I think I added an R where there's not supposed to be an R. I think he's supposed to be Kuzan.
It is Kuzan on his character sheet.
Yeah, that was a GM mistake.
At least it wasn't a number.
Okay.
Suddenly turning you into an android.
This guy's gonna move here, and he's going to seek cover lesser. And for his third action, he's going to use a full Assad. Because he's adjacent to one of his allies, and he's going to target the big robotic dragon
That's rude.
with the arc pistol.
A full. Oh, I noticed I'm already at 12 HP for some reason.
You should be at full.
Yeah, I shouldn't. Yeah.
You should be at full.
Yeah, I adjusted it.
And that's a miss. As the arc pistol goes wide. Kuzan, not Curzon.
Kuzan's gonna do what he does best. He is going to use his first action to get out the solar weapon.
Ah,
If I can figure out how to do new classes, lovely.
yep. You can do it.
This is the whole point of this session.
Yes.
Can I play game?
Exactly. It's actually a pretty interesting introduction because it teaches you social encounters and it makes sure your character's good.
At the end of this...
Oh, I have to find the effect.
Yes, you do. At the end of the session, I'll ask a very important question. Was this what was actually in the module? And then we will answer it.
Ooh.
Can I make bets?
Yes.
I am going to say no, and you stole the little cards from Empires Devoured or one of the other playtest modules that had those cards and did this yourself.
Maybe.
Yeah.
You
Here we
see
go.
the duct tape on the edges?
The duct tape makes it better.
That's how the engineer gets things done.
Hell yeah. I'm not criticizing, I'm just saying.
Held together with duct tape and willpower, baby. You should have a button under your actions that has an activate that you can drag onto your character, and then you need to choose the Solarian weapon under an activation window, and then choose your like agile, long range, like reach, trip, all that other stuff. So pull it onto your character, the active effect.
Yes. It should be
There
under
we go.
a tune as well.
Yeah, and
Yes.
then now you're gonna get a drop-down menu. Now you pick your weapon.
All right, all of that is done. The weapon is chosen. So Kuzan has it chose a spear this time. And we're gonna move. And so that's 2 move actions. Yes, and that is Kuzan's turn as he just forms this glowing golden spear in his right hand and just charges forward.
Okay.
End turn.
Zunar.
Okay. Lunar is going to walk right here.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, dudes. My bond isn't connected, so I gotta be a little more offensive than I would like. This guy right here, a little bit of energy is gonna come out of my tiny wings and transform into thunder and try and fly at that guy.
Ooh. Let's see if he can reflex out of the way. He does. He'll take half.
Yep.
Ooh, half.
Was that half?
That was no. That was
I was like, ooh.
that was DM error
Weaknesses
again.
to electricity. Ooh, very nice.
Okay, that is my turn.
He curses you and says something very, very insensitive. That he'd blow up your 2 planets again if he could.
Whoa.
And he's gonna drop his ranged weapon. He's gonna put on the battle gloves, and he is going to he's gonna march forward. 25. 25. The bigger they are, the harder they fall. Harrier.
Yeah, so this looks like a situation that is somewhat hostile. So let's mosey on to, over here-ish.
Mm-hmm.
And,
Oh god, the power glove.
And Harrier will point at the guy that ran up and say, Anjimo or something. And following her own advice, will shoot him.
Mm-hmm. So you lead
take
by
the
example.
get an effect and lead by example.
Yep. Oh, don't put lead by example on you. That means the damage.
Oh, yeah. Sorry.
You get more damage from your charisma modifier.
No, I actually do, because if I start attacking,
right,
I think it goes on already.
He gets the debuff, not you.
Is it a debuff or is it a buff?
It is a debuff because I have to drag it onto him, say yes to lead by example, and now when you get hit, you will be letting the enemy get your advantage from allies to hurt you.
Okay, let's not do that.
Yes.
Alright, so, plasma, and it goes way off. Wonderful.
I thought Lashintas were all about mind powers.
Harrier will, because that doesn't take an action, think at that guy, I will kill you with my mind.
Okay.
Because she has limited telepathy.
Yes. Axiom. The boss is watching.
All right. The first thing that I am going to do is use the modify action to hammer into my robot and give him the killbot effect, giving him a +2 status bonus to damage rolls for this round.
Mm-hmm.
I am then going to spend 2 actions to give him 3 actions.
Ooh.
His first action is going to be moving to flank.
The flank stake.
And the second action is going to be to bite down very hard. Counter bite. Hit damage. And then we add +2 status bonus, because I have to do this manually, apparently.
You won't be doing it manually once the book comes out, I assure you, sir.
Yeah. Oh, it's piercing. My bad. Add.
And this will get the get 'em as well, which is
But that is automatic.
it is not, unfortunately, for some reason.
It seems to be. Look at the
Yeah, this.
card.
Oh,
Yeah, it's got it.
It did. That's nice.
Yeah, it's got get 'em and my +2 status bonus from Killbot.
Oh, nice. I thought it was half your charisma modifier for the +2. Okay.
No, the
it is-
charisma modifier. That's just a plus. It's just for me. For the allies, it is.
Ah, I
+1.
see. I see. Okay.
And as its third action, it is going to bite again.
Okay.
It's going to miss.
Miss. Oh, sorry. You're there. You're there. Shmemdoc's gonna plug into the main computer and start draining all the important data from Zendadelia Labs. And try to give it to the corpse fleet.
Who?
Shmemdoc!
Where the fuck is Shmemdok?
Well, do you see the
Maybe
red,
the pointing arrow.
the big glowing arrow that says mission objective?
Okay.
Would you like me to use
I
some
don't know
sort
if
of
that's. I didn't know if that was like, exit lights, like, for safety measures.
Yes.
Like, please follow corridor this way.
Yes. Yep, that's going to take 2 of Shmemdoc's actions, and he's going to begin hacking. Slate.
Let me show you how you use plasma weapons.
Ooh, area fire.
Oh.
Either of you have to roll shit.
You have action hero or whatever it is.
No, I'm a bombard.
Bombard.
Yep.
I can adjust the shot to ignore half my constitution modifier's number of allies.
Yep.
Ooh.
And it doesn't count against large creatures, it's only if ally. Unlike D&D 5e, where it's number of squares. Alright, so I have to give you a reflex save. I think I failed. So I have to take all of this damage, and I become I become sad and depressed, or suppressed.
Suppressed.
Suppressed. I'm sorry, I'm not going to be suppressed. I'm just going to be down on the floor. As the corpse fleet falls to the ground in a fiery mess.
And then start moving up.
Okay.
much movement do you have as a dwarf? That was like 40 feet.
20. Oh, area fire
Yeah.
2 action.
Yeah.
My bad.
Yep. You're good. You're good. This is why we do.
I was confused. I was like, that's a fast dwarf. Holy shit.
They can get very fast, man, even in heavy armor.
Very dangerous over short distances.
He is going to... Let's see. Yes, he's going to move behind here, and he's going to target Kuzan with his third action. The arc pistol. And miss. Kuzan.
Okay, so I lost track of everything for a second, trying to see where that. He moved over there. Coward. So
I'm dead. I'm not stupid.
okay. Well, since he won't come over here,
Mm-hmm.
Kuzan is going to point his free hand at him and fire off a solar shot.
Okay.
Oops, that is not strike, not that.
Just gonna throw the spear at him.
It did not. Oh, what is happening? Oh, I see what's happening. New keyboard problems. Okay.
Did you macro something you weren't supposed to macro?
No, it's just that I couldn't see the T key because the backlighting on this keyboard is weird. Alright, so there we go. And strike with solar shot. The target. Oh, wait. That's why. Okay, I'm not in range. It's 30 feet.
Mm-hmm. Well, you could fire it off without being in range. You'll just get a range penalty.
Now, I think I'm going to take my second action to move closer. So. There we go.
Mm-hmm.
Now we're gonna just key blast him in the face.
Okay.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. A miss.
I'm gonna hero point that.
Okay. Ooh. Oh.
Well, the dice gods decided that nope, same thing. Okay.
So you just try to throw this solar flare from your claw, and you do that thing with the baseball where it just goes in the space in front of you. With a sad throw.
Okay. Well, that's his turn.
All right. Zunar. Zunar, move forwards.
Oh, I forgot to say it. Yeah, moving. When I cast a spell on the guy, I have to move up one more. Unless I Thunder Strike once again, which I will.
Too bad you can't cast Make Whole on the Diaspora. I'm rolling reflex. Oh no!
Oh!
Oh no!
Nice.
So he takes double damage. He's just like there, shocked and crackling, and becomes clumsy. As all his undead neurons and nervous system just flicker. See all,
That is my.
see all the electronics on him just like start pulsing. Harriet.
Yeah, so that guy still needs to be not here, so let's move over, but also a little bit closer to the whole deal.
Mm-hmm.
That's 2 move actions because this is massive. And
I
yeah.
think that a lot of the wilderness maps are going to be probably big too.
Yeah.
Speed might
Let's
be a
get
good
sniper
thing.
rifle for the future.
Yeah.
No, Bramble
Um,
Bramble would never hint at something like that.
No.
Yeah, and yeah, Arya will also yell at Kusa, "Finish him off! Let's get the other guy, if there's another guy. Let's follow the blinking arrow."
Follow the sign that says "Go here, idiot."
But only
That-
after finishing him off.
It must be a trap. I shall ignore it.
Don't forget to get him.
God.
All right. Move forward 2 actions with Axiom. Move forward 2 actions with Durgan. In turn.
Okay. Shmemdoc downloading 20% and continues hacking. Slate.
Oh, the wonderful thing about range increments, they don't mean jack when you're dropping templates. Oh no, I take -4 to my attack roll. What attack roll?
Doesn't
Actually, I
Arya
don't-
Fire
I
have to be in the first?
don't think that works. It needs to be within your first range increment, I think.
It should
Yeah.
be.
I think I read something similar.
Yeah, I'm
Oh,
pretty sure area fire
Oh,
needs to be within your first range increment.
What is range increment on the plasma cannon?
Oh yeah, for burst you can position the center point anywhere within your first range increment. Damn.
40 feet. It has to
But
be
that
within
would
40
be-
feet.
That would be an awesome soldier feat where you
Yeah.
can do it in a second or something.
I think what would also help is if you enlarge the dwarf. Maybe that ups the weapon range. This man is still smoking from that spell.
No, then he's just hoofing it up.
Okay.
Hey man, I gotta lug around a plasma cannon.
He's gonna move here. He's going to take cover. Lesser cover. And he's going to fire at Kuzan.
I mean, he did just get blasted heavily by a spell and has an angry charging dwarf with a plasma cannon. Cover makes sense.
19 is a hit. Prepare to take damages. Falvesk. A whole 3 electricity.
Oh no.
If you had nipples, they'd be tingling. Kuzan.
Alright. Let's see. He keeps moving.
Yeah, that's called tactics, dear.
But the Kuzan's just like, get back here and fight me, damn it.
No.
Bonk me face to face like a man.
So he's behind this.
Yep, he's taking lesser cover.
Okay. All right. Um. hmm. Well, I think first action Kuzan is going to take uh, another shot at that guy with solar shot. Like,
Meh. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Nope. 10 will miss. His AC is 14.
God
As he
damn it.
taunts you again and says, "What's the matter? Are you from Gascar 3 or are you from Vesk Prime? What kind of lizard are you?"
Why don't you come over here and find out?
I can observe from over here.
I have 10, 15. Yeah. Kuzan is a very single-minded individual.
Yeah.
But that's gonna be his turn.
It's just like, you're finally here. Took you long enough. Zundar.
Fly over.
Mm-hmm. Did.
Go over. Final action. Open the door.
Boop. He trapped it.
That's fair.
I shall need a DC 22 basic reflex save. Oh, I saw that
Ooh.
one. That is a
It was so
success.
close.
Please take half of 15 as you get zapped.
Wow, dude. Kinda rude.
Shmemdoc. Harrier.
I will always hear Harrier as a jump jet. Yeah, that's 2 over there. I can see the bottom of him. I think that suffices for me to yell, shoot him or something, but preferably not the computer. And shoot him as well, and hopefully not the computer.
Okay.
How are we doing it with people that are in the way? Are we playing it with providing cover to things, or?
Well, I am sorry to say that they are both large.
Yeah. So
So it will be a penalty of at least 2 circumstance.
At least 2. There's a gap between them 2.
There is a gap that you could walk through to get a clearer shot.
Hell no. I'm not stupid enough to get close.
That is a hit.
Yeah, kablamo. Oh, is there... This weapon has a thingy-mabob. When do I need to declare that I do the thingy-mabob? The boost.
The boost? You can charge a weapon with this special property with an interact action by spending one of the weapon's magazines. If the boost trait lists 1 or more boosts, apply the boost listed to your next attack.
Yeah, it is a prior thing.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
You deal 8 damage to Shmemdoc.
Very cool.
Axiom. thinking noises.
Shit, I was muted. I'm so sorry.
That's okay.
One action to move to here.
Yeah.
Second action to modify Killbot onto my robot.
Mm-hmm.
Third action to give it 2 actions. Going to move here,
Mm-hmm.
and is gonna bite with its third action.
Okay. Ooh. That's a hit. How come your Draken is considered Vesk?
It has a weapon integration,
Oh. Man,
and it's using a Dosco as its teeth that
okay.
I dismantled and turned the sharp edges of the Vesk weapon into its teeth through integrated weapon feat.
Very nice. And bite down into the cybernetic zombie.
End turn. Yeah, I'm kind of like a summoner, or whatever the hell they're called in Pathfinder. That's what they're called, right?
Yes.
No one ever plays them, so I forget.
Iron's played him.
I've seen one summoner in like the 15 Pathfinder games that I've played.
Thankfully, Bramble saved me from ridiculous amounts of token management, so...
Firing the laser. That's a crit hit against the little robot.
Okay.
Max damage.
It down. Wait, it should be. It has 20. Yeah, it just didn't automatically make him unconscious. I will do that.
No problem. Second action. Hit the Scarcesian.
Oh,
Miss by 1. Third action. Continue hacking. Shmemdoc at 40%.
He just broke right now. That's all.
Yeah.
He can't go unconscious because he's a robot.
It's okay. You'll bring him back. Slate.
Which part's more important, shooting him or not shooting the computer?
Well, I can tell you
Obviously shooting him.
that I can tell.
Don't shoot the computer.
Okay, leveling the plasma cannon.
Don't shoot the computer. For the love of God, please don't shoot the computer. I think our patron would be more upset about the entire computer being destroyed than...
There's 2 types of lost data. Lost data that's not available anymore and lost data that is in other hands. What is worse?
Yeah, bad. Electric arc.
Okay. I need to give a reflex. There's a lot of electricity in this group. Success. I take half damage. It seems he is allergic to electricity. So instead of just 3 damage, he took 13 damage as you see all his servos start going haywire from the electricity.
Oh, you just see more electricity dancing around Slate's hand. You're gonna have a bad time there, bud.
You should have kept your eye on the prize. Now Shmemdoc will get all the information for the corpse fleet. Chase me. No!
You're wasting your time, Kuzan.
I picture like the infantry guys doing like Looney Tunes like taunt noises.
Oh, also, the get them on them is probably expired here.
Oh yeah, it tells me when it's expired.
Yeah.
And also I lose my clumsy, I think, or does it last for a minute?
Critically failed.
It's only one round.
Okay, yep. So that shot goes wide from the arc blast pistol on Kuzan. It's Kuzan's turn.
Yeah, so, well, Kuzan has a decision to make. Oh god. Oh, can you guys hear that?
Hear what?
No.
Oh, then that's good. Never mind.
Is it the sound of existential dread? Because I treat it as background noise.
No, there's actual background noise. Lawn being mowed outside my window. So
No, your filter. Your
Kuzan-
filter takes care of that.
thank God. So, Kuzan is going to move this way. 1, 2, because this is the closest sound of fighting he hears. And he sees a new target.
Mm-hmm. Shmemdoc.
What a name.
And gonna try to Goku blast that one with a solar shot. Actions, there we go. And strike. Oh, no, it still won't let me because I am out of range.
It
And it
should.
won't let me do it with the. It won't let me do it with the range increment. That's weird.
Oh.
Oh wait.
What?
Yep.
It
Yep.
should-
It will not let me do it with the range increment.
How dare it? Let me see. Let me look under the hood here for a second. And it's just like strike.
Probably because it's his Solarian weapon.
Oh yeah. So the universe says no. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay. Cool. Good to
Yeah.
know that that is actually how that works.
Yeah.
All right. So in that case, let's see.
This Italian man is in the way.
You have 25 feet of movement?
20,
20? Oh, bummer.
10, 15, 20. All right.
I can already tell you that the slow people in this group are going to have a rough time on a planet of gigantism.
Yeah, we're gonna have to invest in some speed here, but that is Kuzan's turn.
Okay. Zunar.
Okay. First things first, I'm going to do is I'm gonna get my big butt out of the way.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
First action. Second action.
Uh-huh.
I swear I wasn't gonna thunder strike a third time, but
Since he's got a weakness, I mean,
I have to now.
You have.
Thunder never strikes twice. It can strike 3 times.
Oh God.
finish him.
Or you just go, lightning doesn't strike the same place twice. Well, good
Oh,
thing you've got
that's-
2 knees to aim for.
That's great damage. Holy shit.
Shmemdoc, I failed.
Smemdoc die. Smemdoc die.
Shmemdoc, take you with me.
Oh god.
Oh,
This ability destroys any technological item on the zombie. Okay.
Correct, including what he's connected to.
oh.
Does it say that?
He is connected to the computer. It is technically on him.
Or is he on
Okay.
it?
Yep. So you just see the computer just flash and then flicker out as it goes dead. As he explodes in this electrical blast.
That's what backups are for.
Well, at least he didn't steal it. That's my turn.
We destroyed it before he could steal it, Harriet.
Yeah, that's the good kind of data loss. Yeah, so let's mosey on over there. Is that in range? Yes, that is.
I'm range.
And let's just yeah. Do we need to take him alive? No, we don't.
I've not been alive in a long time.
Thank you for clearing that up. We will take care of it. Won't we? Yes, we will. Probably. Prepare to be shot.
Prepared. A miss.
Well, it happens.
Axiom.
2 actions to get to here. I'm gonna shoot him in the face.
Okay.
It's a miss.
Oh god.
In turn.
Schmemdoc. Slate.
Open it.
Yep.
Fast as fast can be. You'll never catch me.
God damn it. So annoying.
Stop. I'm putting my ruler there. 3 actions. Kuzan. As he
Yeah,
goes,
good luck, Kuzan.
goes to the exit.
9 years later, Kuzan gets there.
I don't think anyone has the speed, to be honest. This is why Longstrider and Expeditious Retreat and stuff exist.
Really didn't want to invest into... Where do you go in Kuzan? Enemies the other way? Up top.
I'm here.
Unless Kuzan is doing something else.
It could also be a cat on the keyboard. I've had that happen.
Iron?
Oh, Jesus. Weird things are happening. My apologies.
That's okay.
You moved yourself away from the enemy.
Yeah, that was not intentional.
I applaud you for your tactical retreat.
Hold on.
You want us to
What
skip
enemy
you?
am I missing?
North, my friend. The one that taunted you for 5 minutes.
I'm here.
Okay, here.
Yes.
Right.
I have a present for you. Chase
You
me.
were right here.
I was here. Yes.
You were right
Oh,
there.
okay. Now
You
I
moved
see.
yourself down.
I did. That was not intentional. So I was
Right here.
here.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. Let's see. 1, 2.
to there. You can go one more.
Okay, there we go. And intern.
Yeah, we are going to be super reliant on long-range spells, I can tell you that.
Zunar has done the most DPS of anyone.
Uh-huh. Yeah, well, he can get to the enemies with 120-foot range when none of us can touch anything and we're playing keep away.
Yeah.
He's the only one that can do anything. I hope you got some more long-range spells left.
I have no more 120 feeters.
Oh my God.
Maybe we need 120-foot cantrips. They make those, right?
They do.
Yeah.
I do have one. It's called Light.
Well, we need a different 120-foot cantrip, I think. If this encounter has taught us anything.
If I was... Okay, this is the thing. If I'm going to move one more, and in my next turn I will be able to... With the spell. Tempted, I want to know if I should move one more or heal myself. But I'm scared if I heal myself, he's just gonna be able to get me. You know something? I'll just... That's my...
Okay. Harrier.
Yeah, let's just shoot this guy a bunch.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's the best thing we can.
Yeah.
Wait. Yep. So, alakablam,
Miss.
alakablam.
Oh, that's a hit.
Oh.
That's a hit.
Yep. If you fire a lot, you hit a lot.
It takes 3 damage.
3 damage.
Oh,
Five.
5 damage, excuse me. And he's still up. He's got 1 HP left, children.
Oh.
Miss.
Depressing.
Axiom.
Shoot him.
Shoot him. That's a hit.
He die.
Do you do a minimum of 1
He
damage?
die.
You did
He died.
do a minimum of 1 damage as he goes down, and you hear the dragon in the Triaxan accent of simulation over, y'all.
Thank you.
You get brought back to her office and everything, and she goes like, so which one of y'all was gonna do a recall knowledge check on the enemy before you starting blasted?
Do a what now?
The most important task is that no hostile company gets the data.
Well, nobody has the data now, honey.
That's the problem of IT. Those computer people never do it right.
If you ask me, it seemed like a guaranteed loss situation. I would assume you expected us to lose. There was no way that that creature was going to leave the control room, and if it was a simulation, you knew it would explode. So...
And she nods and says very curtly, I did know it was going to explode, sugar. I programmed the simulation myself. But my question remains, why wouldn't you do a recall knowledge check on an enemy to find out what they are capable of?
I knew that they were undead.
Is
And my dragon doesn't care what it eats. But you are correct. We could have assessed the situation better. We charged heedlessly into a battle with enemies that we did not understand, and we paid the price for it.
Okay. Why didn't you all do a perception check on the door to see if it was trapped or not?
There was probably opportunity, but in the moment, I believe we felt it was necessary to deal with the current threats. In hindsight, it would have been a good idea. Our overzealousness to stop the enemy clouded our vision.
Which one of y'all played to your strengths during the simulation? I see that there Zunar did pretty well with his spells.
I mean, enemies were put in front of me, so I blasted them.
I
felt
think I
like
contributed in terms of organization.
I think we could have been better with placement of each other. We got in the way, didn't work very well as a team, except for Harrier, who assisted all of us, but for the most part it was a rather hectic battle with most of us all over the place. I think we need to learn how to operate better as a team.
Well, you did pretty good for just meeting each other today. I'm not expecting a team of Spartans. But I am expecting each of you to contribute what you're good at, and I saw at least 3 of you do that in the simulation. And now she's going to change gears with you completely. She's going to ask you specifically about pharmaceutical research. One of you predicted that this would happen. She's going to ask you to defend your ability to see her goal through in curing this disease that claimed her mate's life. Please attempt a medicine check to fully plan out the structure of building a colony for the experimental theme. You may choose to use crafting, engineering lore, or survival to demonstrate the complexity of such a task on an untouched new world.
Well, I will do crafting.
Uh-oh.
I will do survival.
Slate is surprisingly knowledgeable about medical things.
Really? Oh, man.
I'm as good with medicine as I am crafting, so I figured for it to be funny, he's going to start spouting off like way more detail about medical things than anyone would expect him to know.
Oh, I did it private.
That's okay.
Force a habit.
That's okay. So this didn't go the way I thought it would. Let's go with the lowest roll first. So, our Sicilian friend.
I love that you're just making him Italian.
What does Zuran understand about medicine, really? Like, what is he trying to understand about curing this disease, this terrible dragon-oriented disease? Kind of like a plague.
Yeah, so he's gonna start talking about chakras and stimulating them.
God, crystal healing.
Oh no, he's a crystal mommy.
So homeopathic medicine was her solution to this terrible rare disease that claimed her husband's life. He just had too many toxins in him, or?
Yeah, it's just it's a new form of study that Zunar is planning to develop into something great. You know.
She looks at you kind of quizzically. Now, I heard all sort of manner of cures and home remedies and whatnot, but I don't think I ever heard of anything like that coming out of the diaspora.
Yeah, we didn't agree on a lot of stuff.
I can see that. All right, Slate was the next highest. What does he really understand about dragons and dragon-oriented illnesses? Because it feels like you are getting the scope of the complexity of the task and what she's asking you to do.
Less directly the dragon end of it, but he is going to detail the technical knowledge he has from dealing with the lithophage, which could infect rocks.
Ooh.
How rocks get a parasite and a disease? No idea, but it happened, and he was part of dealing with it.
That's neat. I like that. That's something that isn't really well regarded in like a humanoid society. And there are lithivores. There are lithivores in the Pact world. So yeah, I like that. All right, so I'm definitely going to move Slate over here for no reason whatsoever. Harria?
Yeah, Harrier will probably go more on the logistics of getting crafting material side of things.
Mm-hmm.
So, how to deal with the limited resources that the colony will be provided with, and how to prioritize them for erecting the things in the priority order of not dying, achieving the mission, and having, a good time as the least priority.
All right, so your structure is based on priority and need for the scientific research.
Absolutely.
All right, I'm going to move you over here for absolutely no reason whatsoever. Curzon. Or Kuzan,
Okay,
excuse me.
So I think Kuzan has kind of only passing knowledge of dragons, not so much because he was actually interested before, and he would openly admit that most of what he knows is from blatant self-interest, because he knows that somewhere he had some dragon ancestry that he's not 100% sure about. So in his wanderings from one world to the next between the plant worlds and the vast, he's kind of like spent a lot of time in natural surroundings. So he kind of has a working knowledge of like disease prevention and that sort of thing. Maybe not from like a strictly medical standpoint, but he knows how to survive, and I guess curing an existing disease would be part of that. He doesn't really know anything about all the sciencey complicatedness of it. That's for other people.
Okay. All right. And you do have dragon heritage. I'm going to move you up here with Harria. All right, Axiom, you were the highest check. And you've also been working for this woman for some time now. You know exactly what her goal is.
As you know, I have been in the R&D department of this corporation for the last 16 years. Through your expert tutelage, I have taken it upon myself to make sure that your personal goal is of my utmost priority. When we land, I will be establishing all of the research facilities necessary to carry out our operations of eventually finding a cure to this disease, at whatever the cost.
And she kind of winces when you say that. Because that's the next question, wouldn't you know it? This is the game breaker. The ethical considerations. You can attempt a computer's or appropriate lore check to explain your approach in colonizing New Harmony to your patron by checking data relevant to a population's social standard and needs, or electronically review history and political documents. A society or recall knowledge provides a sincere explanation of your ideal charter, citing established past examples.
Okay. I am gonna take advantage of my management material background and use society for this.
Okay.
So they want what exactly? How we'll get it done? Is that what she's asking?
What you said before really struck a chord with her. No matter the cost. These are the ethical concerns of what the research will bring and how you bring about it. This is how your society will behave, how they will view you. If you bring what she wants into the world, what sort of price is being paid? And will it take its toll on the society? Will it take its toll on you? You know, like, what does no matter the cost mean?
There will be sacrifices that need to be made for us to ensure that our goal is successful. And I imagine you are okay with taking some of these sacrifices, as we have made no headway in discoveries in the last numerous years. I would take it upon myself to ensure that we do not harm life, but we will use the resources we find to better ourselves.
And I will use society.
Okay.
I keep doing it hidden because it's force of habit. I do everything hidden. Sorry.
That's okay. That's okay. All right. 3 more. This is where she's going to stare into your souls, because it doesn't look like anyone quite beat the threshold of a 15 through DC 18 yet.
We start with only 1 hero point, right?
You got 1 hero point for the session, 1 hero point for watching the primer, and 1 hero point if you contributed something towards the making of the game, which I think most people did.
All right, I'll re-roll mine.
That is the second time someone has re-rolled the same exact roll, and I hate it.
Yeah, hero points are great.
So I'm gonna try to
Worse.
Oh my god!
I live in a society.
You know, I almost want to try recall knowledge religion for this one.
That's about the extent of Slate's
Oh!
answer.
I didn't consider that, and neither did she. Yeah, religion is valid. But she is so different-minded, she never considered it. Go ahead. That is all about the ethical concerns. Oh my god. Not how I went with it. Let's start with the lowest roll again. Slate, we live in a society. Well,
I live in a society. Also, I work for DRG, so I know what I'm talking.
She is most displeased with this answer. Living in a society and contributing in a society are two different things. Let's go to Zuron. Zuron, you were at the next highest roll.
You're roboting there.
Oh, sorry about that.
Super.
Hang on. Let me
You're-
Yep. What can I do? Let's see. Change server. So,
It's still at 5,000 MS.
oh no. Hang on. Let me try to. How do I change the server on Discord? Minor technical issue. Sorry about that.
Didn't know that Bramble was actually an android, you guys.
Yeah.
Oh, it got better.
Yep, it's good.
Yeah.
It's down to 23 MS.
Yeah, I tried changing the channel, manage channels, and then you go from region override to automatic, and then select something else. Sorry about that, guys.
You're good.
All right, so Zuron, you were the next highest. What do you understand about the ethical considerations? And I do bring again the point that the Bone Sages are the ones that supposedly destroyed the twin worlds and made the diaspora. You more than anyone understand what it means to have something and then to use it against someone else.
Yeah. So I'm actually, since I failed, the way he's going to explain it is he's going to be too considerate in ethically. He's going to be talking about like doing things to like help people to the point that it will be detrimental to the goal.
Yeah.
Like it will be, we have to have these standards and these standards, even though doing that will make it longer, make us do things longer and harder.
Meh. All right. The next highest was Haria. Haria, how do you see the ethical considerations, especially with your priority-based system? Like, are there going to be haves and have-nots? You know, is there a certain threshold where a populace just isn't deserving of what's being produced and needs to contribute more?
Yeah, I think Haria is going to fumble around the edges of saying that prioritization will be done, but also that from a PR standpoint, there won't be bad news coming from the colony, and not really committing to any ethical big claim. So dancing around the edges of the problem, probably.
You know, she just looks at you like she's looking right through you, going like, "Well, honey, I need someone decisive."
Decisions will be made.
Yes, but positions will be there with or without you.
We will take it under advisement.
The next highest was Kuron.
Who's on? It keeps getting misnamed.
Now there's an R. God damn.
N-O-Z.
The R. God damn it.
Who's on?
It's a terrible session 0 on Brabble's part. Cannot pronounce PC's name.
This is where we get the kinks at. It's fine.
Well, your name is Kuzan on like the party menu. for some reason.
Yeah, it should be Kuzan.
His prototype token is misnamed is the problem.
Let me try to get that. Kuzan. They're both Kuzan.
Yeah.
The fuck?
Is his character on the scene misspelled? Is that
Yes.
the problem?
Yes, the character on the scene
Okay.
is misspelled.
Delete that and then pull the new one back in.
Yes.
It should fix it.
Yes, I'm sorry. Meh.
Oh, it's fine.
There you
These
go.
things happen
Lizard,
frequently.
go. Tell us about religion, and why didn't she think about this? You possibly have outthought an ancient silver dragon who owns a mega corporation on Triaxis.
And I think it's probably precisely because Kuzan is so simple-minded. This is just kind of like regular train of thought for him. He filters everything that he thinks and knows through what he believes religiously. So he would just kind of explain that, like, ethical concerns aren't really something that he thinks a lot about, because he would say openly that he tries to live his life without having any regrets. It's very easy to ask ethically if you're always sure that you're doing the right thing.
But doing the right thing is completely different than simply thinking about it and seeing it in hindsight.
And that's why action is always more important. I'm not one of these corporate types. I'm not a politician. I'm not a scholar. Certainly not a doctor. But if you have something that can save lives, you're not supposed to hoard it. Don't use it like some blunt weapon. There's actual blunt weapons for that. You use it. You share it with people who need it. Seems pretty simple to me.
All right. And then the highest roll was Axiom again. Axiom, what do you understand about the ethical considerations, especially you yourself, who was treated not only as a second-class citizen upon awakening, but as slave labor at first, essentially, before androids got their civil rights with the android abolitionists?
I understand what it is like to deal with a persecution. While that may not be the same as a disease, it still plights both of our races. I've been working
Ancestries.
for you. Yes, ancestries. I'm so sorry. This is not Wizards of the Coast. I will do my best to make sure that what needs to get done will happen. We will bring an end to this disease. I guarantee it. Our goals are aligned.
I feel as though the two of you are nearest to my goals. I'm willing to put forth my resources in colonizing this world and trusting you as my administrators and representing my megacorporation. In addition, I shall be putting forth see here. She's going to start you off with 14 resources to take to the world to begin the expedition with.
It's a pretty good roll.
Very nice.
Yeah. And she's going to march right up to the Scarsazian.
Uh-oh.
look him right in the eye, get down at his level with her long craning neck, and say, "You, sir, you do not understand my vision and what medicine actually is. But I've seen your prowess in battle, and I cannot deny how effective you are. I'm willing to compromise. Please tell me I will not regret this decision."
No, I assure you, you will not.
All right. So, as with any other interview, now it's your turn to ask questions.
I assume that there are people coming with us on this journey. The 5 of us cannot do this task alone.
I've hired about 20 specialists to support you, including your own administrative assistant, long-range communications, chief of security, an entire division devoted to food gathering and wilderness exploration. I've even hired a group of laborers.
I think that'll do us well. Are we to presume that the 5 of us are in charge of this colony, except to only speak to our advisor who is ahead of us? Or are we the head of this expedition?
You're more than that, Sugar. You are the absolute authority. There's no stewardship out there. Not even the Aslanti, the Vesk, the Pact Worlds. No one's gonna tell you what to do. You be the law. What law you produce is up to you.
Yeah, that brings me to my big question, mainly about the whole diplomatic considerations about the thing. Because, well, if we are tied to this mega corporation in some way, what we do there might have an impact. So, how far do the limits go with absolute authority there? We do not want to be a PR nightmare.
Judge Dredd.
Yeah, that is very accurate, Crash.
I love it.
You are the law. Do you understand what it means to be a lawgiver? Someone who puts their boots down on the ground first on an undiscovered world, or an unknown world, or an untouched world within the vastness of the galaxy. Free from the fetters of any organizations. It will take at least a week for communications to get back and forth to me. I can't be responsible for all your decisions, but I put my faith in you.
Okay, so basically have the problem fixed
Everything. Yep.
Before the end of 2 weeks.
Yes,
It's all on us.
it is.
Okay, so minor diplomatic incidents are okay.
I'm expecting you to behave well with the other settlements that'll be there. There's to be no open warfare of any kind. No direct
What if we're
conflicts.
attacked?
If you're attacked, I expect you to defend yourself and then alert me.
Understood.
Because anyone who does attack you forfeits their charter. And I expect to enforce it myself if necessary. And she points over to a room in her office with just basically a big walk-in closet. It says, "Over there's what I wear when I go into space."
A giant mech.
She literally becomes a starship.
So cool.
Speaking of ships, you'll be getting one yourselves.
Is this our ship, or is it the corporation's ship?
It's very much your ship, which you will be dismantling as soon as you get into orbit of Waydana 4. It'll be used to deconstruct and form into your first settlement.
That's efficient.
A trip over would give you some time to get to know your subordinates. You're going to be living together a long, long time, possibly the rest of your lives, sugar. I expect you to get along.
How long has her corporation been around for?
300 years.
Yeah, that's a little while. Did her mate die 300 years ago? Is that why she started the corporation?
Mm-hmm. So she could find
Okay.
that cure.
So she's been after this for a very long time.
3 centuries is a long time. Not to Abadar. Abadar's been a corporation forever, a mega corporation forever. But she's a medium-sized mega corporation. She's done very well.
I've never left Triaxion. This will be a new experience for me.
Now, don't you worry. You can take the dragon out of Triaxis, but you can't take Triaxis out of the dragon, they say.
I will miss this place, but I look forward to our new adventures. Do you have an expectation, a deadline, or do you expect that this venture will take many years for us to establish?
Your progress is going to be measured in months. But if you're asking for a hard deadline, I couldn't even keep myself to a deadline, sugar. I expect you to find the cure. May go beyond your lifetime.
Well, theirs, maybe not mine.
I mean, I have read some landfall reports that put the initial getting on your feet on a planet to at least 3 months about. So, yeah, it might take a bit.
Hopefully my initial investment of those resources will help you get started.
This investment is like in the billions of credits, right?
Correct?
Yeah, okay.
She just gave you 14 billion credits worth of resources.
Jesus.
So you can imagine what will happen if long-range communications says that either the colony has fallen into anarchy and failed, or the colony has subjugated all the other settlements, that the dragon will go into spaceship mode, come there, and beat you herself.
I do have a little like meta question. Will the Kingmaker feats that affect Hexploration be available for this campaign?
If they are available in Pathfinder 2nd Edition, they are available in Starfinder 2nd Edition.
Okay, because there's some feats that you can get when you're like master in society that reduces unrest in settlements. So I think that's something I will work for.
Yep, you may take those because Kingmaker was converted into 2nd Edition.
Beautiful. Thank you.
So, I have a weird question. So I think Kuzan is like sitting there listening to this. Most of this is well above his prey grade and intellect level.
Mm-hmm.
At some point, he's just gonna kind of raise a hand.
Yes. Go on, speak your
This
mind.
This cure, are we sure it's medical?
And she takes a good look at you and says, "Now what else would it be, sugar?"
How many dragons die of this disease? Is this like a common plight, or is this a rare, blood disease type of thing?
This is rare. This is rare. It's a rare disease.
Okay.
But it affects anything with the draconic subtype. So if you have dragon blood, you could potentially get this.
Stares at Kuzan. Uh-oh.
I mean, there's not really a whole lot that scares Kuzan. He would refer to it as a little cough, but not in front of her, but nope, just thinking out loud.
Well, tell me what your
Might be-
thoughts are.
I don't know. Somebody made a god angry. Sniffed something magical that they probably shouldn't have. Universe is a big place. Big things happen.
I'm expecting big things. Everything's bigger on Triaxis, honey.
So I keep hearing.
Oh, is this Hunter x Hunter?
This is what it looks like when Kuzan is deep in thought.
Oh, God.
It hurts so bad that steam comes out of his ears.
If you need to know where Kuzan's ears are, just ask him what the meaning of life is and wait.
He doesn't come to the answer 42. He's doing it wrong.
Hmm.
When do we depart for New Harmony?
Well, that's up to you, Sugar. I expect you to leave within a week's time. Make your arrangements. Say goodbye to your loved ones if you have any. You're not going to be back for quite a while, if ever. I could be sending you to your deaths as well as I did my husband.
I know that I have used my own pay for the last decade to pay for him, but I still did use lab tech to create a dragon. May I take it with me?
I don't mind.
Thank you. Well, if we don't have any more business, your simulation did a bit of damage to my drone. I think it needs a little attention.
I'm hoping the physical as well as the mental scars last to teach you a lesson for the future. Better rough you up now than have it happen first day on planet side.
Thank you for your tutelage.
Can we run it again?
No.
Ah! Beginning simulation!
I just imagine it's the X-Men training room. A bunch of sentinels in there, or whatever the fuck they were called.
One of those corpse fleet operators wasn't a hologram. He's actually one of your crew. He had quite a fun time with you, Kuzan. You'll be seeing him again.
Was that actually him, or was it a simulation of him?
I'll let you decide when you see him.
We could have killed that person!
Yeah, he's already been dead, honey. Ain't nothing to kill.
Correction, destroyed that person! My god.
God, her art is cool. Those wings.
I fixed those wings. I spent the
Yeah,
morning
I saw that.
fixing them.
It was worth it because her wings are really good.
Yeah.
I don't know how much we'll see her, but her art is great.
If you see her, it means the campaign is
Things
over.
went wrong.
Yeah, that it means,
Okay.
it
Or
means
it's on a
she's.
screen.
It means bad things. But if you talk to her, it's okay.
All right. Cool. Right. Well then, Axiom will excuse himself to go fix his robot.
Mm-hmm. What about the rest of you? Anyone staying behind and having a heart-to-heart with the CEO?
Oh no, I'm running away. Lady hates my ass.
Okay. I'll put you over here.
Yeah,
You're like, hey, can I watch you fix your robot? Thanks.
I think Harrier will try to get all the information that's already known about New Harmony and start learning, because I need to somehow justify the corresponding law skill.
Mm-hmm. Now, if you need to retrain into legal law, you let me know. I'll help you during your week of downtime.
Oh, I'm not very fond of lawyers.
No one is, dear. No one is.
They are way too honest for good cooperation keeping.
All right. Anything else you'd like to wrap up with the CEO?
Not
I
that
don't think so.
Okay.
Not for me.
Huh?
So, what did you think of session 0.5?
Good. Gets a good baseline.
Yeah.
Here's the question, children. How much do you think I changed from the actual module?
90%.
50.
67.35.
I would hazard a guess towards 80.
90% was closest.
Yeah.
Wow. What
Was I
what
right?
happened?
You took these cards from the playtest stuff.
I did take the cards from the
Yeah.
test stuff. I changed 100% of the introduction.
Yeah.
It just didn't
I
work.
mean,
Oh, go ahead.
it's probably in the book because there's so many corporations that you can choose from. It's like, meet your patron. Here is resources. You're on planet. Good luck.
Nope. You're on planet.
Wasn't even that?
You're on
Oh,
planet.
lovely. Lovely. You don't even meet your patron.
And they don't
Nice.
even say good luck.
Nice.
Yep. That's why I knew immediately when you guys picked the experimental theme and you were very interested in her that we had to have something genuine to establish a bond with her and the mission that she was actually trying to, achieve by investing all these billions of credits into what you're doing. Also, she's not going to give this money to anyone. You needed to prove yourselves to her.
Right. I assume we actually did well overall.
No.
No, we did not do well with her. It could have been better.
No. It could have been better. Yes, I think in the end, what really cinched it was the ethical considerations and the problem solving. The comfort, like you guys lied to her. The battle test, you ran around chasing one of the people and exploded a computer. And the pharmacological research, one of you told her homeopathic medicine.
That's fair.
For a mega corporation that does pharmaceutical sales.
I'll eventually make it work. She'll see.
Oh my god, what happens if you do? What are you going to make her grovel? What if you find it with homeopathic medicine?
He just finds a nice crystal on New Harmony and just is like, just set this next to your bedside table every day and it'll give you good energy. And she's like, sure. Disease cured. What?
What if it happens
I'm
like
just
that?
gonna give a big smirk.
But before there's even a chance, Slate runs through the pickaxe and just smashes it.
Oh god.
Oh, pretty rock. Is there ore in there?
Worthless crystal.
Oh,
But fun to destroy.
God. Worthless crystal. Oh god. So, what I need from you guys before next session is your first 4 turns. That's the first 4 months of the planet side hexploration and setting up what you want, like your resource extractor on turn 2. Your turn 1 was the settlement, so you need to do 2 more turns worth of work before next week. Because, like I said, we're going to do that in the background. We're not going to dedicate much live time to that.
Mhm.
And I think you
I
made
think
the...
I have to do all 4
right
of
now.
mine.
Yeah. I recommend...
I think I only need 1 more week for mine, because mine took 3 weeks to get where he went.
Correct, and you found the flowers on that one hex.
Yes.
Yeah. So maybe that's the cure. Maybe the flowers are the cure.
Oh yeah. Currently noticing that I might still have the example data in the spreadsheet, so let me clean it up real quick.
So you guys, with the last half hour that I won't be recording, you can resolve the remainder of those 4 months, and we'll be ready for next time when you're on the ship that looks like a cargo box, because it is a cargo box, with all the NPCs as you spend about a week getting over there through a drift lane, because the drift lane on the way to the Vast is a very, very important drift lane that connects the Veskarium to the Aslanti Empire that was recently discovered after the Drift Crisis.
Who votes to let Slate use the shortcut he knows?
Be my guest.
Okay.
Any questions before I go?
Could we have the map of the planet somewhere in Discord?
I thought I gave it to you.
Or chat? I might have missed it.
That's okay.
Then I'm
I'll
incredibly sorry.
Let me put that now before I leave. Yeah. I was pretty sure I gave it to you guys.
Yeah, I did not do any of my 4 turns. Okay.
Or I did not find them in my spreadsheet. So the 14 points there are added to the initial money we get.
Yes. And I believe for your first turn, you rolled a 1.
We rolled a 1.
Yeah.
Yep. So let me delete some stuff that is not yet relevant. That is not yet relevant. Okay, so 4 month. Are the 14 our initial RU, or does it get added to something else?
That is the bonus you get for turn 0. She is sending this over with you. Because I wanted to reward your role playing and what you did today. So the closer you were aligned to her goals, I treated it as though you had a factory in a settlement.
Okay. Okay, and does a colony start out with any RU normally? I don't think so.
It starts out with 0. That's why you have to dismantle the starship to make the settlement.
Wonderful.
Yep. And then your second turn, you set up a resource extractor and one of the explored spaces with the mountains. I believe you found out that from your nature check that the flowers were delicate. You probably don't want to put the resource extractor on top of the field of flowers.
I will stay and do all these turns, but I'll be right back.
No problem.
So on the topic of initial colony setup, we wanted to go with the tech patron. We wrote it for the initial focus. What did we decide for that, or have we decided for that? We can put basically 1 in any of the stats there.
Correct. I believe.
So do we want to buff out economy, or do we want to do that in finalize, or do we want to leave economy at -1?
Let's bring it up to 0. Let's bring it to standard, you know?
Okay.
I don't know why I thought that we were doing Accord for that one. I
For
think somebody
finalizing
mentioned it, but I don't
card.
remember that.
You were desperate because I took away the preview to the events that was going to happen, and you're going like, oh no, we need a cord. Unrest.
Oh yeah. Because of the needing of police.
Yes.
Right.
Well, here you go. Here is the map.
Thank you.
That way you have it. I'll make sure I pin it.
Yep.
Anything
Yeah,
else
I'm
before I
looking
go,
through-
gentlemen?
Yeah, I'm looking through the charter thing to see how we process our turns for the 4 months.
Yep. So the way that you process your turns is you're going to keep track of that. And what happens with you is that you get 4 weeks of downtime activities during
Okay.
that month. So for the 4 months, you'll have 16 weeks of downtime.
Okay.
2 more questions.
Yes.
First question, most important question: how are things looking with food? Do we need somebody on
that's-
subsist duty?
Yeah, you do have an entire family on it, but remember what I said during the original session 0. A lot of characters want to spend their starting wealth on ready-to-eats and rations.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I can tell you.
I mean, Kuzan did that, so yeah.
Now remember, every month or every week, you have to check off the appropriate rations and stuff, especially if the family doesn't find food for you guys.
Mhm.
How? Now that's the part that I want to ask about, because rations are kind of, expensive in large amounts for
Yes,
low levels.
they are.
4 SP for a week,
Mm-hmm.
and that's. I think most of us can barely afford 6 weeks.
Well, does anyone here have survival in addition to the family that specializes in
Yep.
food appropriation?
Yep.
Okay, so you have 2 people that can help you subsist.
Yeah, but base level subsistence is for oneself until you get the forager feed.
Correct.
So we will.
That's
how
why
dependent-
Bramble told us to spend a bunch of our money on food and don't spend a bunch of money on gear.
Sucks, doesn't it? This is what it is to be a colonist.
I have 6 weeks of rations.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think that's the most with having at least some kind of versatility. Yeah, okay, so we don't know how dependable the family is, and we
Have
need
not
to.
Have not met them yet. But if this is the point where you're realizing food might be a problem, maybe you want to go to the patron and say like, "Hey, wait, may we have monies? May we have like a year of food? Maybe emergency rations, please."
For planning purposes, at what point could we consider being self-sufficient in terms of food? Would it be a resource extractor on, like, farmland?
Yes, that's exactly what it is. You can build cattle on a grassland titles. That is one of the resources. Yes. You can also make a street of restaurants as one of the thing, but you need people to run those restaurants.
Well.
And you only have 18 people, none of which can run a restaurant. So you have to do something during that time, that 4 months, to market this place for people who want a fresh start, who want a place to live, who want work. You've got to make this an attractive settlement to people, at least to a certain type of person who will want to live here, who will want to work here, who will want to spend the rest of their lives here. Because there will be regular transports going back and forth, constantly dropping people and supplies off.
Okay.
I imagine we can eventually put things on order from Absalom Station and get them delivered planetside.
Yes, you can. You can also send the B
Cool.
team.
Cool.
Okay. And one last question.
Yes.
Can per turn there is like one simple project and one active project that can be built concurrently. Can a resource extractor be built concurrently with claiming the same hex it is built on?
It is considered a project, I believe. So
Yeah.
it can't. I don't.
You can have two projects at once, but
Do we want to use that for like the first free resource extraction thing we do?
Yes, you can do it as long as that is within a mountain range that you hexplorated.
Oh, right. I had to be within a mountain range.
Right.
Never
Yeah.
mind.
That is the bonus.
But we don't have money problems, basically.
Not yet.
Currently.
Not yet.
Yeah, not yet.
Not yet.
Yeah.
The 14 is a good head start.
You technically
Absolutely.
have 0 economy, I understand. Because experimental suffers the most to make money.
Could
Our initial stat line is 2 ACC and 2 tech, and the rest is zeros. If I understood our wishes correctly.
and we put all of the campaign resources in the same channel?
Yes. I will
yeah.
give you I gave you the charter thing. Did I not?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You did colony projects. Can we put JK's document in campaign info channel?
We'll do ASAP.
No one
Just
put
so
it.
they're all in the same channel. He put it in general,
Yes.
but I think it belongs in the campaign info, so we can just keep it all in one place.
No problem. I gave you a charter thing, and no one's put anything in the charter thing yet. Here, let me get you started, children. Let me put something in the charter thing for you, so you know it's there.
I like a plan.
Okay.
Which channel is the charter in?
It is channel
The
charter.
charter channel.
Oh, charter channel. Okay,
Yes.
well, that works too.
Well, you asked for it last session 0.
Yeah, I did because I was thinking of things.
Yes. Things are good. You should be thinking.
There's nothing in the charter channel except
Is-
for JK's
Yeah, I just
link
put
and
2 things.
Yep, there was nothing in there. That's why I got worried.
got it.
Yeah. Okay. Where's
You'll also
Why is
need
it-
this. Because I need to know when an event happens and doesn't happen on a turn, because every successive turn after turn 2, if you don't have an event, because on turn 2, the event is 15%. If you don't get an event, it goes to 30%. Turn 3, if you don't get an event, it goes to 45%. That's how events work.
Right, up to 90. Got
Correct.
it.
And the first turn, you cannot have an event. Because you have to have events. You can't have
I
smooth
forgot that.
sailings.
thinking about
Probably gonna have to make that picture in Excel or something, which wouldn't be that hard.
Yep. I can make it during the week, or you guys can make it during the week. It's up to you.
If somebody is good in CSS, you can absolutely make a HTML document with the CSS with the fitting places and stuff,
Mm-hmm.
and we can work it into the spreadsheet.
That would be fantastic.
I don't know how to do that.
I will ask one of my computer savvy people, like Tony or Soldier, to see if they know how.
The thing is, I suck with CSS. HTML and JavaScript, that's no problem, but CSS, boah, no. I'm not a designer.
I will ask around for tech savvy people. They are there. Any other questions before we go for the week? Remember, next week is session 1. Be prepared for combat. Be prepared for socialization. Be prepared for the wilderness and the untouched world that you are going to shape into your ideal settlement and the goal of the patron.
Okay. I'm just gonna be wading through all this information.
Yep. You're an administrator now. This is your life. All right. Alrighty, guys. Thank you very much for joining me today. I'm glad people did enjoy the session. I hope you have a wonderful day and get those turns resolved.
Yep.
You got it.
4 weeks
Did
is
you
resolved, right?
did you still need a seat fill for your Warden's game?
That's up to you if you want to do that. I'm not going to pressure anyone to do anything.
But did you need a seat fill still?
I have no idea because no one said whether or not we were going to be playing this week. I just host the game every week. We'll see if they show up.
All right. Let me know.
Yeah.
I'll help if you need it.
No problem. Thank you, sir. I do appreciate it. But do not trouble yourself.
I got nothing going on today, and she is out and about, so I am free to sit on the computer all day with no interruptions.
Okay.